Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. So today I have a little bit of sad news to share with you guys. I have had a lovely mirror bar like this one we see in front of us go missing in the post. It's the first parcel that I've had go missing, and we think a bloody hurricane is the reason why. Hurricane Harvey seems to have possibly eaten this bar up. Now, it's the first time that I've ever had a parcel go missing. Sending stuff out for over a year now all around the world. I've sent stuff to South America, North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, even Africa, and I've not had something go missing yet. So I thought I'd make a little video to kind of talk about the situation, talk about how I handled it as a seller, talk a little bit about how the buyer handled this situation as well, because it's probably something that most of us will experience in one way or another as a buyer or a seller in our lifetime. So I thought I'd share my thoughts on this situation, how to handle it, or how I handled it anyway, and how the buyer handled it, and how as a seller I would prefer that buyers handle it as well. So this particular bar was going out to, well, this particular bar is the replacement one, but the one that was lost was very similar, and it was going out to one of the community members called Slacker Stacker. If you haven't checked his channel out yet, please do go have a look. He's a relatively new video maker. I think he's a seasoned stacker, but he's got a great little channel, about 150 subs. So guys, go over and check him out. Links in the description below. But we'd sent some stuff out to him before, and he wanted to get a mirror bar, so we made one and posted it out, and it was all at roughly the same time that Hurricane Harvey hit. So it didn't come, and we think that Hurricane Harvey has eaten it up, whether it's been washed away in a river somewhere, or it's on a post shelf somewhere, or it's just been generally lost into the ether. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn up one day, and if it does, then Slacker Stacker will have duplicates of this lovely mirror bar, but it's gone. That's I think the bottom line of it. So the first I heard about it was when Slacker Stacker actually contacted me to say, do you know what, it hasn't come, Backyard Bullion. Do you know anything about it? Do you know where it is? Any ideas what might be happening? And obviously, as a seller, that's kind of the worst thing you want to hear when a customer gets in touch and says they haven't received something, and it's been 2-3 weeks since you posted it. So it's never good from a seller's point of view. You guys, I hate that. It's like a horrible pit feeling in your stomach when something goes missing like that, because ultimately it's nothing really I've done wrong. I've posted it and it's just gone missing. But I feel so bad for you guys who've bought it, because you're the ones who've put the hard-earned money into that. You've supported my my hand poured silver, my channel, everything, and for you not to have that in your hands is obviously going to cause you guys some great stress as well. So I feel quite bad about those type of things. Now, what I did in this particular situation, I obviously jumped straight into finding out what was happening. If I could find out any information about the postal service in that particular area. Obviously, when we looked and saw it was potentially Hurricane Harvey season, and that was all going to be having an issue, then it kind of cottoned on that perhaps it was going to be lost for good, maybe not even coming at all. So I've got obviously the receipts for posting it, and I can claim back a certain amount on the insurance. But what I did was I just contacted Slacker Stacker and just went, look, I'm really sorry about this. There's nothing much we can do about it other than wait to see if it comes. I am more than happy to send a replacement, but if it's okay to wait a couple more weeks just to see if it does arrive, because it takes me, or I can't put a claim in through the postal system for at least another couple of weeks. And Slacker Stacker was more than happy with that, more than accommodating, and I really am thankful for that, because I know it can be stressful for him, for anyone just who's waiting for something that they've put some hard-earned money into. So that was very cool indeed. So yeah, it didn't come though, after even more weeks of waiting. So here you can see the mirror bar. I love these. I have to do some tactical hiding behind the camera though, because it's very, very shiny indeed. But yeah, after a couple more weeks, it was really evident that I don't think it's ever going to turn up, or if it does, it's going to be in a couple of months and years time. So I made a replacement, this one here, and this is the replacement mirror bar. So it was good that I had a couple of weeks to actually get it all ready. So it's mirror bar number 11. This one's 2 ounces. The original mirror bar that I did for him, which was number 11 as well, actually was 2.3 ounces, I think. So Slacker Stacker, you'll have a little Brucey bonus surprise in the parcel for you when you unwrap it to make up the difference there. As you can see, guys, I've had this one hallmarked as well by the Edinburgh Assay Office, and what I've done is I've treated all of the letters with liver of sulphur to make them stand out as well, which I really like. I think those look fantastic. So yeah, there's the hallmark, there's the mirror bar. I'm really happy with the way this one's turned out. It's very, very shiny, very good indeed. And all of this is done by hands, guys. I don't use any Dremel tools or anything. I do that all by hand with just my own blood, sweat and tears. Literally sometimes when I skin my fingers doing it with the sandpaper. So yeah, that's what it is. Slacker Stacker, I'm really sorry. It's not of my making, and of course I wouldn't want this to happen to anybody, but I hope I handled it all right for you. I know we've been in contact quite a lot, and I know you're quite happy about the situation. It's just one of those things that happens in life. But yeah, as a seller, it can be a really stressful thing to have to think about, especially if you're sending out high ticket items. So what I would say is, this is a kind of a situation where the original cost of the bar is not going to be covered by the level of postage that we had, the insurance that we had on the postage. But me as a seller, I'm just more worried about making sure the person's actually got what they want and got their money's worth. So I'm more than happy to replace that, claim back what I can. Obviously I'm not actually out of pocket. I think it ended up basically the insurance company paying for the silver that we've sent to him. But it's just one of those things. I just weighed it up in my mind. As a seller, do I want to be a little bit defensive about this? Because this was a private transaction at the end of the day. There's not a great deal that the buyer could do if that was the situation, but I don't want to be that kind of seller. I want to be the kind of seller that will sort problems out and can be relied on. That's what Backyard Bullion is all about. It's all about premium. It's all about quality of service, and quality of even packaging and things like that. So I took it very, very well. I think just a case of just going to replace it. That's the way it's got to be. However, if you're a seller and you're selling lots and lots of high ticket items, if you're selling gold coins or if you're selling really, really big bars, stuff that has quite a lot of value, and you're not maybe making very big margins on this, then get the right level of insurance. That's a must, and that's what I do the majority of the time. But I always weigh up. If you have a registered delivery item with a certain level of insurance value on it, that's going to be a red flag potentially to sort of postal workers or airports, customs officials and things like that. So it's always a balance, and for small deliveries like this, which is just a 2-ounce piece, it was very much weighing up what was best for the customer and what's best for me, and obviously I honour my purchases where best I can. So that's the whole principle of it. It's one of those things that happens. As a buyer, I think Slacker Stacker did exactly the right thing. Guys, it's often not the seller's fault. It can be something out of their hands. So for him to just very politely contact me, find out what's happening, and work with me to actually get a solution was really, really good. And thank you so much for that, because it makes a difference. But do let me know your guys' thoughts on this, because I think it's a really important thing. If you make a bad impression, if you mess up as a seller, that can be it. That can be it for a lot of people coming to use you, and reputation is everything. So I think it's really important to make sure that these things happen. If I'd handled it badly and Slacker Stacker had made a video calling me out on the whole situation, then that just hurts me and it hurts the community, and it's just not worth it in my mind to sort of have that level of aggro going on in my life as well. It's just not worth it. So but do let me know your thoughts, guys, because I think it's a really interesting situation. I've been in that situation as a buyer myself, and I've I had a very bad experience with a bullion dealer here in the UK. I've got a video on it. I'll put a link in the description below, called Pure Fine Bullion, and they were absolutely awful with an order that I'd placed with them. And just the way they handled it was appalling, and that's a write-off for me. And I made that video about them, and I'm not going to reach that many people, but if I reach a couple of people and put them off, then that's going to really hurt them as a business. So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've had similar experiences as a buyer, as a seller. Let me know if you think I could have done something different, or if maybe Slacker Stacker could have done something different. I think everything's worked out in the end. Hopefully, if this one arrives, touch wood. I'm going to touch the table wood here. This one will arrive. We're going to send it registered delivery just to make sure. Guys, if you like this video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful indeed. If you haven't checked out the Silver Forum bars yet, then please do go over to my website. They're all up on general sale now. They're selling quite well. We've got about 50 or so of them left. So please make sure that you go over there and support both me and the Silver Forum by purchasing one of those bars. Otherwise, all that's left for me to say is I hope you have a fantastic week, and please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.